And I was born in New York City, Manhattan, raised in Queens, New York. I'm Colombian by descent. I'm a son of a ex-major drug trafficker.
That song was dope, but if you get your performance together, you go to the next level. It's kind of like just acting out the things that you're talking about. So once I got that, then it was on.
Bam! They smack right into Sammy the Bull. So they're scared, but they're also like like, wow, this is Sammy the Bull. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But he started getting them to bring tobacco and coke in, through the visiting room, and I was telling him, Sammy, why are you going to jeopardize these kids, man? They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Why would you do that?
Sonny Franchise was a friend of mine for over 40 years. Our dear Jimmy Cacci, who was originally from Buffalo. Jimmy was the underboss out here.
So I chased this kid. He was hidden. I went past him, and he popped up behind me and took me hostage. There's no one to blame for that. That's my fault, dude. That's a guy out there trying to get in the middle of the action who doesn't know what he's doing.
To answer your question, we didn't know it as kids. We didn't know special extraordinary at all.
Did people treat you different when they found out who you were and who your family was?
Oh yeah, it just
how deals are made, understand all this stuff, because I was so naive, man. I was just so happy to be or grateful to be working. I would have told them, listen, don't ever tell me what I can and cannot do.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today what's good, everybody? Welcome to Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got a special guest that's going to join me. He's working his way on right now. So shout out to everyone that takes the time to watch my show. I appreciate you taking the time. If you guys don't know, yesterday I went on Ambic's podcast, Locked In with Ambic, and I told them the stacks of life. So I did an interview with Ambic, and we talked about a lot of stuff, and it's coming out soon. You guys will be seeing that soon. So I told you I have some things planned. I've been planning things all along. You guys just don't know what they are. But I have some major surprises coming. Hopefully you could figure this link out. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. And don't forget to donate. If you can donate, you can hit up the Cash App. You can hit up Zelle, PayPal, all that good stuff. And every time I get donations, I put it back into the show. You guys know I go out and help people. Sometimes I donate my own time to go help out my community. I have a major announcement coming in a few days. Next week, I'll be announcing something. And you guys will have a chance to win some money. And I'm going to start kind of like a giveaway for you guys, so you guys can have a chance to win something. I know people like to win things, so shout out to Ann Bick. If you guys don't know, I did an interview with Ann Bick yesterday. I went out to Hyde Park, New York, and I did an interview in the studio with Ann Bick, and it came out amazing. I think it did. And you guys will be able to see what that's like. It was pretty cool. I got to spend the day up there. I've never been to Hyde Park before. I mean, I breezed right through it, you know, passing through from time to time. I've been to quite a few places in the U.S. I've been to Canada, the whole East Coast. I've been to the West Coast. I've been to California. I've been to Mexico. I've been to Florida, but it's been a while, so I'm going to be hitting Florida very soon. Yeah, Ann is a good dude. Shout out to Ann Bick. Go check out his podcast, Locked In with Ann Bick. He's on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Go check him out. He has some really good interviews on there, too. They're pretty intricate. I told him all about what it was like to join a gang at a young age and some things we were doing on the street. I told him what it was like in prison for me. And told him all kinds of different things. It was a pretty good interview. It lasted like about an hour and a half. It was about an hour and a half. And it was awesome for him to even invite me out there to have me on his show. Shout out to him, man. It was really good. You guys are about to see some really good content coming very soon. And I'm excited about the announcement that I have because it helps people. I really can't talk a lot about it until after this weekend. But after this weekend, I'll be able to tell you guys, and you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about. And it does help people. And you guys will see what I'm talking about. But let's talk about some of the things that are going on in the news out there. Trump got indicted. Craziness. What do you guys think is going to happen with Trump? And did you guys see the video of the guy? I can't play it here, but the video of the guy being attacked by a shark. He's being attacked by a shark as there's music playing. It's creepy. It's a Russian beachgoer was killed in a shark attack in Egypt while hanging out near the Red Sea resort town. It says a shark attack in Egypt claimed the life of a young Russian man in the Red Sea resort. The man, born in 1999, was young. Just moved to the region with his father, per independent Russian media. The video to show the horrific attack has been circulating on social media. The Russian man was killed by a shark. The man, identified as Popov, died during a stay at the beach resort town, which lies on the coast of the Red Sea. Local Russian consulate said, per state media. He was born in 1999. He attacked by the shark while at Dream Beach. And it was in front of a lot of people. Like, they were out eating lunch and things. There was families out there. The shark in question was a tiger shark. The ministry banned water activities in the area for the next 2 days. Said the same shark had attacked people before. Following the attack in the area, they told people to remain vigilant when in the water. I'm never going in that water. Anyone that goes in that same water where that guy got killed, you're crazy, man. Don't do it. There's no reason. for you to be in that water. Absolutely no reason. Trump facing 10 years, you said. But when you look up the indictment on Pacer, it's not there. So why? Why is it not there? Why is everyone else's case there, but Trump's isn't there? Why? Why is that? Because it's all bullshit. That's why. You guys will see. The anticipation is killing me. I'm dying to hear your good news. It's very good news. Very. I think the people who hate me are going to be very upset when they hear this news because it's very good. Heidi, how are you? Shout out to Heidi. Very good to see you here, Heidi. It's insane. All they got to do is let all the Russian people go swimming, right? All the military Russian people, they go swimming in the Egyptian Ocean. They'll all get eaten by sharks. So this week has been pretty eventful. The Ambic podcast will be out, I think, next week. Not this weekend coming up, the weekend after. I think he releases the big interviews on Sunday. Not that I'm a big interview, but it's crazy that I even went from where I was at, and Heidi can bear witness to this, to go from where I was in life to go to where I'm going now. It's a miracle. It's insane. The life that I'm living now is something that I've always dreamed about. It's something that I've always wanted to do is to be successful and to be driven, you know? Sunday, I could probably tell the news Sunday, possibly. This weekend, I have to work out some details, and then I'll be able to tell the news. But I have a big meeting this weekend, and I'll be able to let you guys know what it is. But it's definitely going down 100%. I got a bunch of different things going, and I'm excited about all of them. A major one is the interview with Ambic. So we're going to talk about, because I know you guys love this topic of conversation, people, infamous criminals in the witness protection program. There's been quite a few criminals who've been in the witness protection program over the years. Many of us are familiar with the concept of the witness protection program, but how does it actually work? And what happens to the witness when they enter the program? These people live at great risk when they testify against dangerous criminals. And things can get even more dangerous when the witness is a criminal turned informant. Throughout the years, many important crime lords, including high-ranking mobsters, have taken down thanks to these witnesses. Intrigued? Okay, let's take a look at a couple of them. Some of them are despicable, I think. Quite a few. But some of you ask, then why do you interview some people who have cooperated? I got an answer for you. Some people I interview that have cooperated, the reason I interview them is because I feel like they don't project that negative influence or that negative, they don't project that I'm a gangster shit. I told just to get out of trouble type shit. You know what I'm saying? They project that I'm a changed man type thing. And those are the types of people who have changed. So someone who cooperated, and I don't agree with the cooperation, People have their different reasons for doing it. But there are some people who go on the internet and they act like they're still gangsters. They act like they're still in the life, like they still have that credibility. A major one that does that recently is Sammy the Bull. A lot of people out there look up to Sammy the Bull. For what reason? I have no clue. I do not look up to that guy. He's a trash bag. He is the meaning of what's wrong with people. He's a rat, bottom line. He brags about killing people. He doesn't take responsibility for the things he's done. He killed a 16-year-old kid and blamed someone else. And then he goes around, I'm a killer, I'm a gangster, I'm planning hits, this and that. You're a fucking rat. The bottom line is you told to get out of trouble. And now you want to brag about the shit like you're somebody. But you know deep down inside you ain't shit. And you'll never be shit. It's disgusting, the people who support this guy. It's crazy. The foul things he has done to other people. What about the victims of Sammy the Bull? Or the 20-something other mobsters that he testified against? Everyone always talks about he testified against John Gotti because he was going to make him do time in prison. What about all the other people he testified against? There was a lot of people, a lot. And they're still in prison. There's quite a few of them. There's tons of them that have died in prison. John Gotti, Frank Licasio, and there's tons that are going to die still. And then for Sammy the Bull to have the fucking balls and the gall to try to get Frank Licasio compassionate release, try to change his statements and shit. Get the fuck out of here. He was not your friend. He would have spit in your face. You should have got him out so he could have spit in your face. You forget about the rest of the people out here that don't respect you, Sammy. There's a bunch that don't. Can't stand your ass. There's plenty people out here that can't stand your ass. Just curious, don't know the story. Was the 16-year-old a gangster or innocent bystander? How old was Sammy when he killed the teenager? So Sammy was already involved with the life. I'm not sure exactly how old he was. I know he was older. He was old. 20s, older 20s, maybe 30s. The story is, Sammy says they're going to do a hit. Louis Melito has a gun. They kill the guy. They shoot a guy. And the kid, he says, just Sammy now. He says the reason why the kid got killed when they shot and killed one of the people, I forget the names because I don't have all the information in front of me. When he was going to do a hit, Alan Kaiser ran at the guy with the gun. Now, what kind of sense does that make? He was walking home from school. He just got out of school and he was walking home with his books to go study with a girl after school. That's what he was going to do. Sammy said that Alan Kaiser, when they were going to do this hit on a New York street, that Alan Kaiser ran towards the guy who had the gun who was shooting the other guy. And he said when Alan Kaiser ran towards him, he killed him. That's a fucking lie. Because Sammy was in the car with a gun tucked down. And Sammy's the one that killed the other guy. And when Alan Kaiser, he was walking with the books, he was a witness. And he had to kill him because he was a witness. So now when Sammy goes on the internet and tells us this story that Louis Melito killed Alan Kaiser, it's total bullshit. Sammy killed Alan Kaiser. Everybody knows that. The reason why Sammy, one of Sammy's didn't get the money from his book deal was because of some of his victims. Muggsy, what's up, man? How are you? He got charged for it, right? I believe it was in the indictment. I'm not sure. I'll go over it. We'll do a story about it. Soon. I'll do one soon. Grambino, how are you, man? It's been a minute. I know I haven't been on here very much, but I love your voice. Sing a song like a good storyteller. Thank you very much. I used to do music. Well, I still do. I'm working on something right now. Matter of fact, I've been right. I got something in the works. I probably could sing, what's that? I forgot the tone it is that I have, but people say I have that crazy voice. They say I have a face for radio and a voice for television, right? I do want to do voiceover work, and I will in the future. I might have already done some. But you guys will see me on TV very soon. Philly was just starting to be all over the news back then. Yes. No, he had a book. He had a book, and it was out. He was generating income from it. I forgot the name of it. Sammy's biography. And the New York law is victims, the Son of Sam law stopped him from profiting off other people's pain. Your voice, the sexy whiskey voice. I used to drink a lot of whiskey. Maybe that's what got me the whiskey voice. I used to drink a lot of whiskey, quite a bit. But I don't do that type of shit no more. But anyway, let's get back to the story. All right, infamous criminals. The Witness Protection Program has been in operation since 1971. The program was introduced as a result of Organized Crime Control Act in 1970. WITSEC was founded by Gerald Schur, who served as head of the program for about 25 years. Schur was instrumental in shaping the program into what it is today, a worthless pile of shit. The goal of the program was designed to protect the health and safety of the witness and their immediate dependents before, during, and after trial. What about that smoke? That shit was crazy, right? Couldn't even breathe. And it was wild because I drove from Connecticut to New York, and it was smoky, really smoky in Connecticut when I left. I get to New York, and it's clear. Blue skies. I didn't see blue skies for like 3 days. And then all of a sudden, it's like, bam. Drive back, and it's all smoky again. Fuck. Now, why are they witnesses? Why do witnesses live in danger? These witnesses' lives are in danger as a result of their testimony against major criminals, including drug traffickers, terrorists, and other organized crime members. How does the program work? Witnesses and their families usually get new identities, including new documents, housing, and living expenses are all covered by the program. And so is employment assistance. How many people have been through the program? Now get this shit, because people don't know this type of shit. 19,000 people have been protected in the witness protection program. 19,000. So there's 19,000 rats running out there that you don't know who they are, because the witness protection program changes their identities. So they could be your neighbor. They could be the person at the grocery store that's ringing up your order is the rat on one of a serial killer case or something. And the dude's like a serial killer. And he's the one bagging your groceries. Hey, that's the chances they're willing to take with that program. They put these people all over the country. What happens when a witness is admitted into the program? The first thing witnesses experience is orientation. Witnesses are taken to WITSEC Safe Site or Orientation Center in Washington, D.C., where they go through medical, psychological exams. Job skills are also assessed so that their new location and jobs are aligned, so their lives can all line up together. With their new identity, those in the program change their first name is an option. With this program, getting new identity but changing their first name is optional. Witnesses get to choose their last name as long as it can't be tracked back to their families. So they get to keep their first name and they get to choose their last name as long as it can't be tracked back to their family. They're allowed to keep in touch with their families. Participants in the program can use secure mail programs to keep in touch with their family members. They are unable to visit, so there's no visits after you get into the program. It's done. After reading the letters, however, the marshals take them. They also get a secure phone line that they can use. So I guess they're able to call some of their family members that like don't go into the program or whatever reason. That's crazy because I have somebody who was in the witness protection program who's trying to get on right now. And it's perfect. I could talk to him about it, find out exactly what goes on in the witness protection program. Let me see if I could get him to come up. Let me see something. And you guys know that Gotti fight is coming up Sunday, I believe. Who you guys picking? It's going to be a good fight. I know Gotti ain't going to go in there and just let the dude win. It ain't going to go down like that. It's definitely going to be a fight to the end. And the only way for someone to win in this boxing match is for whoever to get knocked out. So they're not waiting on no decision or nothing. So they're really going to be fighting. It's not going to be no bullshit. Let me see if I could send this link. I want to hear it from somebody who's experienced it so they can tell us looking good with a tan. I didn't even know I had a tan. Do I? I always have a light on, so it kind of makes me look orange, you know. But I shut the light off, so I look kind of like normal today. But Ian Bick asked me a lot of good questions. It was a really detailed interview, put it that way. Told him a lot of good shit. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. Someone said I have a lot of grays in my beard. They're like, damn, man. Yeah, do something with that. I'm getting older. It is what it is. And I'm short as hell. I'm sure all you guys could see that in the pictures. In every picture I'm in with someone else. Like, they're always tall, always a lot taller than me. All of them. Everybody that I take pictures with. It's pretty funny. But look, like, this is my friends back in the day. They're the same height as me. See? I didn't know this dude was 6'10" either. Look, here's me compared to Vlad. Big things popping very soon. There's me compared to Vlad. Yeah, I did not know that Ian Bick was 6'10". Fucking kid's tall as hell. I'm like, holy shit, man. It works for you. Hey, just call me a little person. I'm the little person. I'm not that short, right? I mean, it's average. I'm 5'6", 5'6", 5'7". It's like an average person. All right, let's finish up this witness protection program thing. Famous criminals. Now let's take a look at some of the infamous criminals that have entered the witness protection program over the years. Henry Hill. Henry Hill is one of the most popular mobsters to have entered the witness protection program. His life story was popularized by Nicholas Pileggi. Shout out to Nick Pileggi. In the 1985 book, Wise Guys, Life in a Mafia Family. Henry Hill, the book, was then based on Martin Scorsese's film, Goodfellas, or Scorsese's 1990 film, Goodfellas. Ray Liotta played New York City mobster who was associated with the Lucchese crime family. Rest in peace to Ray Liotta. Frank Cadillac Salemi, former hitman and head of the patriarchal crime family of New England, was convicted in 1995 and sentenced to 11 years in prison. But then his testimony against FBI agent John Connolly got Salemi admitted into the program. We all know what happened after that. Frank Salemi was not a very good guy, I don't think. Where's the photos of the guys you're talking about? Oh, you want to see the guys that I'm talking about? Here's Francis Salemi. Free Gigi. Gigi's a great guy. Boston. He allegedly shot Frank Salemi. Attempted assassination. That's what he's in prison for right now, matter of fact. That's what Gigi is in prison for allegedly shooting Frank Salemi. Scroll up. Don't forget my other deep question. The photos these guys are talking about. Point out your dimples another day. Thank you. You trying to make me show them? Sammy Gravano, one of the most famous informants, and Anthony Casso. Anthony Casso, the former underboss of Lucchese crime family, was arrested in 1993, but managed to get admitted into the program. Throughout following numerous infractions, Casso was eventually dropped from the program and sentenced to life in prison until his death in 2020. So Casso, he just wasn't. I think they okey-doked him, to tell you the truth. Casso, they really played him good. They had him give all this information, and then they told him, listen, you're not playing by the rules, and they kept violating them for different things. Andrew Thomas Del Giorno, the captain of the Scarfo crime family, became an FBI informant. Tommy Dell entered the program after being put top of the Philadelphia crime family hit list. And he would have got popped too. You guys know that. Philadelphia, they didn't fuck around back in the day. If you fucked around, you found out. And if they had any inkling that you were cooperating or any of that shit, look what they did to Salvi Testa. They did not care. Ray Ferrito, soldier and hitman, served both in Cleveland and Los Angeles crime families. He is best known for murdering Irish mob boss Danny Green in 1977. Ferrito became a government informant after admitted into the program. It's crazy how these people can kill other people and get away with it. This dude blew somebody up with a bomb, with a car bomb, and he was able to talk his way through the deal with the feds. It's crazy. You live 2 doors down from you in Erie, PA. That's crazy, man. What, when he was in the witness protection program, you mean, Gambino? Did he live a few doors down from you when he was in the program or before he was in the program? I loved the Hartford South End mob. I'm going to be doing some things about them very soon. And I'm going to take you to the places where all these spots happened, like where some of these hits happened, where they found some of the bodies, where their social clubs were. I'm going to bring you down to New Haven in the Italian section. There's a bunch of stuff. Before, that's crazy. He cooperated, or he killed Danny Green in 1977. When did he cooperate? So when did you come across this guy? He's got 2 caterpillars crawling on his face, man. Joe Barbosa, one of the most infamous mob rats out there. An extensive track record of crimes included 75 stabbings, 500 beatings, and about 20 murders. He's head-to-head with A-Light. Earned Barbosa the nickname The Animal. Joseph Barbosa. Not only was Barbosa a fierce mobster, but he's also had a boxing career. Joe Barbosa became an FBI informant after being arrested for murder and entering the witness protection program. Let me finish telling you about Barbosa. Barbosa ended up Barbosa ended up cooperating against Raymond Patriarch and a bunch of other people. They put him in the witness protection program. They bring him out to LA. He's in LA with his new life. Can't handle it. He's like one of them guys just attracted to the bullshit. Needs to be involved. Just like a lot of these guys. You notice who's in prison right now? Frank Pasqua. In the bullshit. Can't stay away from it. Who else? Gene. In the bullshit. Can't stay away from the bullshit. If you know, it's not that hard. Just stay away from the bullshit. You got a chance at life. Like, you got a second chance after getting away from life sentence. Like, how much does it take for you to stay away from shit like that? It's crazy. Thomas Bruschetta. Thomas Bruschetta was the first member of the Sicilian mafia to turn into an informant. His criminal activity extended between Italy and the United States and Brazil. And it's crazy because they took him back to the U.S. to live out his days. Bruschetta was a key witness in the largest anti-mafia trial in history, the Maxi trial. In 1986 and 87, he also testified in anti-mafia commission linking Italian politicians to the mafia. Look at this shit. They had him testifying in a hood. Insane. They got him testifying in a hood. But back then, they were blowing up people who were involved with prosecuting these guys. So they couldn't just take them out. Like, it wasn't easy for them just to remove them from power. They were everywhere. They were in the courthouse. They were the police officers. They had people everywhere. They couldn't even put a group of people together to go against them because they had them everywhere. It was just crazy. They were a great protector for the people on the streets. They were. And you notice how downhill the neighborhoods are going ever since these guys are not there anymore. And it's bad. Like, if you go out in the street and you even just talk to people, it's so different from before the pandemic and now, just people's attitudes in general. They're just not happy at all. So in the witness protection program, how come routines on social media, does that mean they made some kind of deal with the people? They want them dead so they can stay alive. Yeah, basically. So say I know about a murder, right? And police arrest me, but I got this information and I know who did it. And so the person who knows who did it will cooperate against the person who else is involved with the crime. They'll cooperate and they'll just take that person. Even if they're the ones that did it, they could be the one that told the other person to do it. But they're the ones telling that they did it. They just helped them, but they're going to jail forever for it. And I'm getting out because I told. That's crazy. These people are crazy. They get out of shit because they tell. So they tell, they get out of it. And the people that committed the crime because they told them to are stuck doing the time. What kind of sense does that make? It makes none. It makes absolutely no sense at all. Damon, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Young 516, how you doing, bro? Let's get back to the regularly scheduled program. Ken Ito. Ken Ito, if you guys don't know who he is, he was an Asian American mobster. He was from Chicago. And he came up with a bunch of organized crime figures back in the day. He linked up with the Italians. People got close to this guy. So what he did was he went around the city of Chicago, and he was able to deal more with the Latino community in Chicago better than the Italians. So this Asian American mobster, he wanted to be a gangster. He had no formal training type shit. He was a street thug like the rest of them, but he was good at what he did. He would set people up, and if they didn't want to work with him, he would set them up and they would kill him. So he was doing that for years and years. He would tell these people, you join us and we all make money together, or he would lure them to a business meeting and he would kill them. And that was their setup, the way they did it. His name was Ken Ito. So he was the highest ranking Asian American in the Chicago outfit. Now he ran a gambling operation. He eventually turned an informant, and he entered the program because they tried to kill him. They ended up shooting him in the head. They set him up to be killed. I don't have the backstory here, but I just went over that story too. So this is him testifying against the Chicago outfit. And they shot him twice in the head. And then he cooperated. So he knew that they were going to kill him. And he said, whatever, I'll take my chances. That's what's going to happen. I was involved with this. He told his wife this. He said, I'm involved with this life, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go meet these guys, and if I die, I die. He left all his jewelry, his wallet, everything. He went to the meeting. They shot him in the head when he was walked into the abandoned factory or wherever it was, and he survived. And when he survived after the assassination attempt, he traded teams, and he joined team government with the rest of them. So Fat Pete Chiodo, who was shot 12 times in 1991 but managed to survive. A member of Lucchese family, entered the witness protection program when his wife's life was in danger. Wait. So he got shot 12 times in 1991 but managed to survive? Just doesn't make sense. And he didn't cooperate then, but he cooperated after his wife's life was going to be in danger. It's crazy. You don't even think about cooperating until they approaches any of his family with that. This dude was shot 12 times but managed to live. Mobster turned informant. All right, let me show you guys this story. See if I can get it for you. Yes, I can. So, Mobster Fat Pete Chiodo is shot 12 times but lives as a mafia assassination goes awry on Staten Island in 1991. Anthony Gaspipe Casso was on a warpath looking to permanently silence Peter Fat Pete Chiodo, his one-time right-hand man who he feared had turned rat. The final act of his organized crime drama would play out on a spring morning at a service station in Fort Wadsworth, but it wouldn't go the way Casso planned. One of the most notorious killers in the mafia history, Casso claimed to have taken part in anywhere to 15 to 36 murders, including attempts on the life of Gambino boss John Gotti. Casso's Goodfellow father, also called Gaspipe, thanks to his proficient in bludgeoning victims with a pipe, according to Five Families, the book on the mob. Former New York Times investigative reporter. Seven Rab, a career criminal, Casso by 1989 was the underboss, or the second in command to the Lucchese crime family, Chieftain Vic Amuso. Amuso had been placed as the head of the family by former boss Anthony Tony Ducks Colorado, who had been indicted in the famous Mafia Commission case, the deal that elevated Amuso and Gaspipe and Casso along with him, as brokered by Staten Island home of top Lucchese gangster Chrissy Tig Bernari. Amuso and Gaspipe enjoyed a bloody and lucrative run at the top, but by 1990, the feds were closing in. Casso had been tipped off by law enforcement sources on his payroll that he, Amuso, and others in the Genovese, Colombo, and Gambino family were all about to be indicted on the Windows racketeering case. The charges involved the mafia's big bid rigging, control of window replacement in city housing projects. Casso and Amuso decided to go on the lam and make Alphonse D'Arco known as the Professor for his back-shackled and non-threatening appearance, acting Lucchese boss. But Casso and Amuso continued to direct the family business while on the run, including ordering hits on rivals. Kill Fat Pete. In spring of 1991, Rob wrote, Casso ordered a killing that stunned D'Arco, the murder of Lucchese capo and Staten Islander Peter Fat Pete Chiodo, who had been Casso's right hand for years. The 435-pound Chiodo had been a family enforcer and killer, and well known as one of Casso's murderous angels of death. But Chiodo had jumped up too, facing indictment himself in the Windows case as well as being charged in a second case involving control of the city's painters union. Facing two separate trials, Chiodo decided to plead guilty rather than go on the lam, hoping he'd be paroled after 10 years instead of serving life in the slammer. But Chiodo committed the unpardonable mob offense by failing to ask Casso and Amuso for permission before pleading guilty. The bosses were infuriated, believing that he had turned informant. Casso gave the order, kill Fat Pete. A hail of bullets, knowing that was beginning to haunt him, Chiodo 40 stayed close to his home on an overlooked terrace. He knew something was coming, but D'Arco had mob technicians tap Chiodo's phone and learn that Chiodo planned to go into hiding until his sentencing date. Damn, so they had his phone tapped. They were listening to his conversation. Before leaving town, May 8, 1991, Chiodo went to the Pacello service station at the corner of Fingerboard Road, Bay Street, and Fort Wadsworth to get a new fan belt for his white Cadillac. He and his father pulled up at above 342. Chiodo opened the hood of his Cadillac. 3 shooters who had been lying in wait approached him. One of the would-be killers used a black ski jacket to hide his weapon. Seeing the hitman, Chiodo pulled his own gun and fired before running for cover. The hitman then let out a facade of bullets, including from a .38 caliber pistol and a 9mm handgun. A stray bullet shattered 4 panes of glass top of the door at the home of Fingerboard Road when a mob assassination tried to take out Fat Pete Chiodo in 1991. Chiodo was hit, reported 12 times, including in the chest, stomach, legs, and arms. Bullet also lodged in his car, his truck, and a truck parked at the service station. And it hit 2 neighboring homes as well. It happened to see the man fall. I happened to see the man fell. And then he got up. And he was in a pool of blood. One eyewitness told cops. I thought they were like fooling around, but they weren't. It was real. Nothing like this ever happens here, said the neighborhood woman who told the Advance. One of the bullets meant for Chiodo came flying through my upstairs bedroom window. Victor survives the mob hit. Damn, man, can you imagine getting shot 12 times? The shooters ditched their car they used, a blue Chevrolet Caprice, at the corner of School Road and Tompkins Avenue. The car had been reported stolen in Brooklyn 2 months earlier. Chiodo's estranged wife, Felmena, arrived on the scene of the attempted murder of after the shooting, but left immediately. Chiodo was taken to St. Vincent Medical Center in West Brighton, where 8 hours of emergency surgery saved his life. Surgeons would later say that Chiodo's huge girth saved him from death, as none of the bullets that struck him were able to penetrate through the fat and hit any of his vital organs. But the mob wasn't done with Fat Pete. Lucchese hitman, disguised as a doctor, accompanied by a mob-friendly nurse, later tried to sneak into his hospital room to finish the job, but was run off by FBI agents when they figured out who they were. Chiodo later testified against his mob cohorts on the Windows trial after Lucchese broke mob protocol and threatened his parents and other family members. Chiodo's uncle would later be murdered and his sister shot and seriously wounded. Chiodo joined his family in the Witness Protection Program and died of natural causes in 2016. After running afoul of Musso and Casso, 2 turned government witness. Among his relations with the NYPD detectives, Stephen Caracappa and Louis Ippolito, they were on his payroll and they were taking part in the murder contracts. other illegal activities for the mob. The two detectives were later dubbed the Mafia Cops. And I'm going to have some information about gas pipe very soon for you guys. And you will only hear that information right here on Chattin with Staxx. No one else will be able to tell you this. And you can take that to the bank. But anyway, I hope you guys like this content. I got a lot more stuff to bring you guys. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my show. If you guys like this type of content, make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like it, too fucking bad. And remember, don't be a bitch.